So we're going to go over some trigonometry here, and in particular we're going to go over SOH CAH TOA, which is a mnemonic for memorizing how we solve for these angles and the ratios. So we have SOH, then we have CAH, and then we have TOA. So what does this stand for? It seems like a crazy thing, but sine of some angle is the opposite over the hypotenuse. SOH, so. Then we have the cos of some angle is the adjacent over the hypotenuse. CAH, CAH. And then we have the tangent of some angle is the opposite over the adjacent. TOA, TOA. So SOH CAH TOA. So now where do we find all these things? Where is the angle? What is the opposite? What's the hypotenuse? What's the adjacent? So let's just draw a triangle here. And then, okay, let's say this is the angle we're looking at, and it's a right triangle. A right triangle is one that has 90 degrees in one angle corner. And this is now our hypotenuse. So the hypotenuse is the longest side, and it's always opposite the 90 degrees. So now I have my angle chosen, theta, and this is the opposite. That is the opposite side to my angle. And beside it is the adjacent side. So adjacent just means beside. Well, what if I had a triangle that looked like this? And this was my side, and that's my hypotenuse. So my hypotenuse doesn't change, but this is now my opposite. And this is my adjacent, right? So we could even do something a little bit different. What if I had a triangle like this, and instead of having all these, this is my hypotenuse, right? But let's say instead of saying, this is my theta, I'm going to put this as my x, and this is my y. And for my hypotenuse, I'm actually going to change that. It's going to be it's going to equal r. So if I took this is theta. So now the cos of theta here is my adjacent over my hypotenuse, which is x over r. And the sine of this angle theta is the opposite, y over r. And the tangent of theta is y over x. So that's pretty handy. So now we have the angles, the cos of some angle in relation to the variables r, y, and x. So what if we do a quick little problem here? Just an example. Let's say we have 5, 12, and 13. This is my right angle. This is my angle, theta. So what is the cos of theta? Well, that's 12 adjacent over the hypotenuse, 13. The sine of theta is equal to 5 over 13. And my tangent of theta is equal to 5 over 12. So we've gone through this really quickly, and we've seen that this is SOH CAH TOA. This is how we're going to use it, and you need to be very familiar with this because it becomes very important.